Martin Scorsese's Bringing Out the Dead has been announced on 4K from Paramount. We got some cool new Lionsgate Blu-ray Walmart exclusive steelbooks, including Your Next and Wolf Creek, coming really soon. Arrow Video announces their new September slate, including Friday the 13th and Chronicles of Ric on 4K. Severn Films has more summer sale announcements for us. Orca the Killer Whale gets a nice 4K set from Studio Canal. And it looks like we are getting A Quiet Place Day 1 on 4K and Blu-ray from Paramount later this year. All this and more in the next Physical Media Report. Stay tuned. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Mid-Level Media channel, your hub for everything physical media and entertainment. I am Ken. Today, guys, we are here for the Physical Media Report, episode 218. That is right, guys, your weekly dose of physical media goodness, where we talk about everything new and exciting in the world of 4K and Blu-ray. And look, we've got a lot of stuff to talk about today. Physical media is really heating up, and I'm excited to bring you the news today on the Physical Media Report. But before we get into it, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. We talk about physical media on this channel, guys. Blu-rays, 4Ks, owning the movies that you love, all that stuff there behind me. So if you like that kind of stuff, that kind of content, hit that subscribe button. And also comment down below, guys, of everything that we talk about here today. We've got a lot of exciting stuff to talk about. We've got news, guys. We've got deals, tons of deals going on right now. It's absolutely insane. And then we're going to discuss what is new this week. But what are you the most excited about? What are you the most amped up for? And what gets those juices flowing the most? Let me know in that comment section below. And let's just jump right into it, guys, because I have been excited to talk about this release since it was announced last Monday, right after I put the Physical Media Report up. That's the thing, guys. I film these videos on Sunday, so there's some stuff that probably came out today. Vinegar Syndrome's announcing stuff, maybe Scream Factory. I'm not going to be able to cover, but I can make a supplemental video at some point this week. Maybe, probably, but if not, I'll wait till the next Physical Media Report. But this release, guys, I almost made another video for because I was very excited for it, and I know a lot of people have been waiting for this film to come to even Blu-ray for the longest time, and that is Martin Scorsese's Bringing Out the Dead. This is getting a 4K release from Paramount as a part of the Paramount Presents line. This is going to be number 47, and this comes out on September the 17th. This is a, like I said, first time on Blu-ray release. This movie never even got a Blu-ray. A lot of people are speculating that Criterion may get this at some point very soon because they've been working with Martin Scorsese for the past few years on titles like Raging Bull and After Hours and Mean Streets. But no, this is coming out straight from Paramount as a part of the Paramount Presents line. This is going to get a new 4K restoration reviewed by Martin Scorsese himself with Dolby Vision, HDR, and a Dolby Atmos track, guys, for Bringing Out the Dead. Are you kidding me? This is going to have a new filmmaker focus with Scorsese. Like, we rarely get the director to come do the filmmaker focuses. And you're going to have 8 new interviews. This is crazy, guys. Listen to this. This is crazy for this release. This is crazy for any release. 8 interviews with the cast and crew. And we're not talking about just regular Joe Schmoes that worked on the film. A couple of Joe Schmoes, but there are like legitimate stars of this movie that are doing the special features. I don't know how they got all these people to come back and do special features, but we've got special features and interviews with Nicolas Cage. We've got an interview with Paul Schrader, Patricia Arquette, John Goodman, Ving Rhames, Tom Sizemore, and plus like a lot of legacy content as well. So I don't know, guys. Like, I looked into it. These look legit. Like, they're legit new interviews. Maybe they're older past interviews that they dug up and put on this release. But, like, I'm thinking these are new interviews of the cast and crew for Bringing Out the Dead. This is incredible. Like, this release is insane. And it makes me so happy because it feels like Paramount has finally figured out what they want to do with this Paramount Presents line and is finally realizing that this is their boutique label within their studio, system, within their studio label, their studio structure, umbrella is what I'm trying to say. This is their own boutique label. This is their Criterion Collection. This is their Arrow Video. This is their Vinegar Syndrome. Like, this is it. The Paramount Presents needs to be prestigious. It needs to be held up above the other Paramount releases. And with the release of Chinatown recently, which had 3 new special features plus a bonus movie. Once Upon a Time in the West, I think, had a couple of new special features. Like, this is the prestige line within the Paramount banner, under the Paramount banner. And I think that Paramount Presents is finally figuring it out, and it's finally coming to fruition what they set out to accomplish back in 2020 when they started this line with Fatal Attraction and the Elvis movie and also To Catch a Thief. And I'm just happy, guys. I full steam ahead for Paramount Presents. I do want them to incorporate a few more Blu-ray titles here and there. It feels like they've been doing 4K for quite some time, but this is awesome, guys. I think this is an incredible release. Like, if you've been waiting for Bringing Out the Dead, which is a really cool movie, by the way, that is so different than anything else that Scorsese has done. I watched this for the first time, I believe, back in like 2018 or 2019. It's a really wild movie. I'd say it's comparable to After Hours, but even it's way different than that. But it's a really cool movie with Nicolas Cage. The cast is great. I'm excited to jump back into this movie. I watched it on streaming because it didn't have a good Blu-ray release. It may have one overseas, but it did not have one domestically. And now it's finally got that 4K, and the 4K is going to have the Blu-ray in it as well. And I'm just excited, guys. I'm excited to revisit this, to get to watch it on 4K. And this is one that people have been wanting for a very long time. So if you're excited about Bringing Out the Dead coming to 4K with all of these incredible interviews, you got an interview with Scorsese. This is the restorations reviewed by Scorsese, like Dolby Vision HDR, Dolby Atmos track. Like, they really did this film justice. It's incredible. I think this is just one of the most incredible announcements that we have had all year, and this is coming out on September the 17th. But let me know if you're excited about it in that comment section below. Let's go ahead and jump into the new Lionsgate Walmart Blu-ray Steelbook. So I feel like every year Lionsgate has a gimmick, and they put out a bunch of new Steelbooks at Walmart. Last year they did all those like cool artwork for like the Blair Witch Project and Leprechaun and Saw and that stuff. But it feels like they put out like the same movies over and over again. They're always doing the new slipcover variations at Walmart as well, but it's always like the same movies over and over again. I like this slate of movies because I feel like there's a couple of movies in here that I've seen a lot, but I like this slate of movies because a lot of it's different, and I don't see them put out this stuff. So I have to applaud Lionsgate for putting out actual new horror films in this slate of Lionsgate Steelbook. So new Lionsgate Walmart Blu-ray Steelbooks. This is a collaboration with Bloody Disgusting. Apparently Bloody Disgusting is getting into physical media in a big way, and I've been looking for that Terrifier 2 VHS tape at my local Walmart, but my Walmart does not have that Bloody Disgusting section as of yet. And you may be asking yourself, Ken, what are you talking about? Well, go to your local Walmart, go to the movie section, see if you can find that Bloody Disgusting section, and you may get a Terrifier 2 VHS tape, big box VHS tape. They're being sold in Walmarts again right now. That's absolutely crazy. But we're talking about Steelbooks, guys, not VHS tapes. This is a collaboration with Bloody Disgusting, who also owns the Screambox streaming service as well. These Steelbooks are coming out on August the 20th. The pre-orders are up on Walmart.com right now for $24.99 a piece. But let me read you this list. There's 7 Steelbooks, and these Steelbooks look awesome. I love the red and orange and black just aesthetic. They look really cool on the inside as well. I've got images of all that stuff. I'm going to be flashing it up as I call these off. But we've got Sinister getting a nice Steelbook. I don't think I've seen Sinister get a Steelbook from Lionsgate before. I could be wrong, but that's a really cool choice because that's a really awesome horror film directed by Scott Derrickson that came out in the early 2010s. I haven't seen it in quite some time, but I remember that movie being really scary when I watched it. It's got Ethan Hawke in it as well. So Sinister's getting a Steelbook. That's really cool. We also got Wolf Creek getting a Steelbook. This is cool because it's a Blu-ray Steelbook, and Wolf Creek has never been released on Blu-ray domestically in the States. So this is the first release for Wolf Creek on Blu-ray in the States in this nice Steelbook. So that's really awesome that Lionsgate has this to put out. Maybe we'll get a standalone Blu-ray release at some point if you don't want to get the Steelbook, but this is the first time on Blu-ray in the US for Wolf Creek. That is awesome. It got a release over in Australia, I think from Viavision last year, but this is the first time, like I said, in the States. Wolf Creek, which is another cool Australian horror slasher, kind of Texas Chainsaw-esque that came out back in the mid-2000s that I do remember enjoying back in the day. We also got Hannibal Rising, which is I think is the Hannibal prequel that came out maybe in the early 2010s. I've never seen this movie, but this is the first time on Blu-ray for this movie in the US as well. So we've got 2 first time on Blu-ray releases in this Steelbook slate, which I think is really awesome. Hannibal Rising. We also got Texas Chainsaw 2013, which This one gets released all the time. This one has a lot of the different Lionsgate slipcover variations. I don't think it ever got a Steelbook, but it does have a lot of the Lionsgate slipcover releases. But Texas Chainsaw 2013, the one with Alexander Daddario, I almost couldn't pronounce her name. This is probably one of the weaker Texas Chainsaw movies, at least for me, from what I remember. But I don't know if I had this movie in the collection on Blu-ray, so maybe I'll get this. I know I have it on DVD, but I don't have it on Blu-ray. We also got Leatherface getting a release. I have seen this. I think I do have this on Blu-ray. I probably won't be getting this because I don't remember liking this movie at all. I think this one is maybe the worst Texas Chainsaw movie, at least the most boring Texas Chainsaw movie. But Leatherface is getting a Steelbook. We also have I Spit on Your Grave from 2010, not the original, getting a Steelbook. And lastly, guys, another cool release for the movie You're Next, directed by Adam Wingard. This is getting a Steelbook as well. I love this movie. I've got the second sight edition coming, but I might not be able to resist to get this nice Steelbook of You're Next just because I am such a fan of the film. So a really cool slate, for Lionsgate and these Steelbooks. Like, I think it's really awesome they're doing all of these. And these are ones besides Texas Chainsaw 2013, maybe Leatherface, that you don't see all the time. So I think that's really cool. And these are probably going to be available in the Walmart stores. Like maybe if your Walmart has its Steelbook section, you'll probably see them in that section when they come out. But like I said, they are available to pre-order on Walmart.com right now if you want to go ahead and pre-order them off there. But let me know what you think of these Steelbooks, guys, in the comment section below. Which ones are you looking to pick up? Let me know in the comment section. We also have 1982 Greatest Geek Year Ever getting a Blu-ray release. This is a 2022 movie that honestly I've never heard of, but I love, guys. You guys know if you pay attention to my shorts on the channel, I love breaking years down, movies by year, and just kind of going through all the films that come out in a specific year. So this sounds like it's right up my alley. I'm excited to check this out. And yes, 1982 is a phenomenal year for film. But this is coming out from MVD Rewind on October the 22nd. You got 2 audio commentaries with this, and you got 40 minutes of deleted scenes and 2 features in this set as well, and a really awesome cover to this. So I'm super excited to get this one. We also have The Strangers Chapter 1 coming out from Lionsgate on July the 23rd. This is getting a 4K with Dolby Vision, HDR, and an audio commentary, and also getting a separate Blu-ray release as well. Now, the Blu-ray has different artwork than the 4K, and a lot of people like the Blu-ray artwork because I posted this on Instagram more than the 4K. I kind of like the 4K. I like the simplicity of the face, and I like the black, and I like how slick it looks. So I'm a fan of the 4K cover, if I'm being honest, but a lot of people like that Blu-ray cover. But it's cool that they're doing 2 different variations as well. Now, it should be noted that there's also a Steelbook that I believe is available to pre-order right now on the Walmart.com website. But yeah, guys, The Strangers Chapter 1, which is probably one of the more poorly received horror films of 2024 so far, is getting that 4K treatment and getting a 4K Steelbook. And I saw a lot of people comment, why do we get a 4K for this, but we don't for movies like Abigail, for movies like The First Omen, for Immaculate? And look, guys, I've said this numerous times. We talked about this. Let me reiterate. It does not matter how critically acclaimed your movie is. It doesn't even matter with the money that your movie made. Like maybe back in the day it did, but now I don't think it matters anymore. Movies are getting 4Ks announced before they even hit theaters. And we'll talk about another one here in a second, but movies are getting 4Ks announced before they even hit theaters, or the opening day that the movie comes out, they're getting announced. It does not matter. It is strictly based on the studio that the movie is under, whether or not it's going to get a 4K. Lionsgate has shown they are really good about putting their newly released films in the theaters that come out on physical media out on 4K. They almost always do it, like except for the lesser known films that don't really get theatrical runs that they put out. They don't usually do those on 4K, but a lot of their stuff that they put out in the theaters, when it comes out on physical media, like Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, which I don't think did well in the theaters either, it gets a 4K. So yes, The Strangers Chapter 1, it's under Lionsgate, it gets a 4K, whereas Universal has Abigail. We know how they do. They like to put out the Blu-ray, and then 6 months later they do the 4K. Disney doesn't care about 4K at all unless it's Star Wars or Marvel or like some of their Pixar films or Disney animated films. Like, they don't care about 4K. It's strictly based on the studio, guys. It doesn't matter what the film is. It doesn't matter if people liked it, the audience reception, the critical reception, how much money it made. None of that matters. It matters what studio has it to put out. And the studio that cares the most about putting new movies out on 4K seems to be Lionsgate. So that's why The Strangers Chapter 1 gets that 4K treatment. But let me know your thoughts, guys. Are you going to be getting The Strangers Chapter 1 on 4K or Blu-ray? Which cover do you like more? Let me know in that comment section below. We also have Knuckles coming out from Paramount on September the 10th. This is getting a 4K. Knuckles, guys, is getting a 4K. I think this is a TV show. It's getting a 4K and a Blu-ray and a Blu-ray Steelbook as well. So this is a streaming show, and Paramount's another good studio. I didn't mention them before, about putting out their shows and their movies out on physical media and giving them the 4K treatment as well. So Paramount's awesome because they put their streaming shows out on physical, whereas other streaming services would hold on to them for profit, to make more money, to make more people sign up for their service. Paramount's like, look, we'll hold on to it for a little bit and then we'll put it out on physical media to try to sell more copies and make more money, which I think is smart. I love Paramount. I think they do great. But Knuckles, guys, let me know if you're excited to pick this up. I saw the first 2 Sonic movies. I didn't see the Knuckles TV show. I can't say I'm going to be grabbing this, but the covers are cool. I like the colors and the Knuckles. I was a fan of Sonic when I was a kid, so I can appreciate the covers, but I just don't think I'll ever watch that show. We also have Longlegs, and this is what I'm talking about, guys. Longlegs hasn't even hit theaters yet, and it's already got a 4K and Blu-ray announcement. It's supposed to be coming out from Decal Releasing and Neon on September the 10th. That's what I'm talking about. A 4K announcement for Longlegs, Neon, and Decal Releasing. It hasn't even come out in the theaters yet. That shows how much faith they have in this film and its ability to do numbers, physical media, home video wise, which I think the movie probably will do really well on home video. But I think Immaculate also would have sold well on 4K as well. But Longlegs, which the movie, like I said, hasn't even come out yet. How can you think that physical media, what comes out on physical media, 4K Blu-ray, is based on the box office? I don't understand. This movie hasn't even come out yet, and it's already slated to get a 4K and a Blu-ray from Decal Releasing, which is awesome. Like, I think that's awesome because I am so excited to see Longlegs, and I definitely want to pick that movie up on 4K. But I do find it interesting that Decal Releasing is actually announcing a 4K because they don't do a ton of 4Ks. You know, they did a Crimes of the Future 4K after they did the Blu-ray. It came out like a few months later. And Infinity Pool, they did a 4K Steelbook for like a couple of months after they released the regular Blu-ray. But I don't think I've seen them do a 4K and a Blu-ray announcement before their movie even hit the theater. So I do find that pretty interesting. But let me know if you're excited for Longlegs to see it in the theaters and also get the physical release in the comment section below. We also have Tarot getting a Blu-ray, guys, coming out from Sony on July the 9th. So I've heard that this movie is abysmal, just one of the worst movies of the year. I posted this on Instagram. I was like, we live in a world, guys, where Tarot gets a Blu-ray release and Barbarian does not. And again, this comes down to the studio. Sony is putting out Tarot. Disney has Barbarian, and they clearly forgot about it. They clearly forgot about what they have. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the movie is. If it's a great movie like Barbarian, it matters what studio has it, which sucks. It's like, I don't want Disney to have anything because they just don't care about anything that they have. But I'm not going to go down that road and that rant. Tarot's getting a Blu-ray. That's all there is to it because Sony's putting it out on July the 9th. We also have Horizon and American Saga. This is another one, guys. Part 1 and Part 2. Part 2 hasn't even come out yet, but we have Part 1 and Part 2. Part 1 just came out this weekend. This is coming out from Warner Brothers. There's no specified date, but this is getting a Blu-ray and a 4K. The pre-orders are up on Groove.com and also on Amazon. So this already has a pre-order up for Part 1 and Part 2 on 4K and Blu-ray, and one of these movies hasn't even come out yet. So box office, again, has nothing to do with what gets a 4K and what gets a Blu-ray. Now, I'm happy this is getting a 4K because I really want to see this movie, and I've heard it's an epic film and it's a Western, and Westerns look great on 4K, and I'm sure it's going to look awesome. But again, like, it gets that 4K and Blu-ray announcement before it even comes out. That is a studio decision. That is up to the studio. So good on Warner Brothers, though, for putting that out on 4K and Blu-ray, and I'm definitely excited to pick it up when it comes out on physical media. Let's go ahead and get into the Arrow Video September announcements, guys. I did an entire standalone video talking about these, I believe, last Friday night. So I'll cover a little bit of the details here, but I'm not going to get as in-depth as I did Friday night, my standalone video. So if you want to check out that video, go check it out after this video. But we do have Friday the 13th coming out on 4K. This is the Friday the 13th from 2009, the remake. This is coming out September the 17th. This thing's going to have 2 discs, and it's going to have both cuts, a theatrical cut and the killer cut, on 4K with Dolby Vision and HDR. It's also going to have a new audio commentary with the director and 4 features on this thing as well. I think 3 interviews, 1 interviews with the director, and a new film essay. So this release is stacked. It's an awesome release if you're a remake fan. Me, myself, I don't remember liking this film very much when I saw it in the theaters, but I am open to rewatching it, and hopefully it hits me better on the rewatch on 4K from Arrow Video. So really cool cover on this one though. Like the cover is freaking awesome. Like whoever did the artwork, it's freaking fantastic. But I did an entire breakdown of this release, guys. Cool they have both cuts on 4K as well, standalone disc, because I know a lot of people usually complain when you don't get both cuts on 4K. So good on Arrow for including both of those cuts on 4K. Let's get into the next announcement, guys. We got Torso coming to 4K September the 17th. It's also getting an Arrow exclusive artwork edition as well. I'm excited for Torso. I love this film, so I'm excited to see it come to 4K. We also got Chronicles of Ric getting a 4K, guys, on September the 17th. 3 discs. We got both cuts, theatrical and director, on 4K with Dolby Vision, HDR, and there's also a 4K of the theatrical in an alternate 178:1 aspect ratio. So this thing's got 3 different versions on 3 different 4K discs. So that's definitely really awesome. There's also a new feature-length documentary on the making of the Chronicles of Ric, which is super awesome. 3 new interviews and tons of archival commentaries and features. There's also a Butcher Bay, which is the video game, the Xbox video game, compilation of cutscenes as well, which is super awesome. And there's also a Blu-ray edition of the set if you don't care about 4K. So this is a really cool, like awesome release, stack release. I wish I remember liking the movie more so I could get more excited to watch it on 4K, but who knows? Maybe I'll like the movie more watching it now. We also got The Threat coming out on Blu-ray on September the 24th, and Love, Death, and Apocalypse 4K Trilogy coming out on September the 23rd, which includes the films Asian Mutant, The Day of the Beast, and Perdita Durango. And this is also getting a Blu-ray set as well, so a nice box set of these 3 films from the same director, I believe. So some really cool announcements coming out of Arrow Videos for September. I'm definitely excited about Friday the 13th, Chronicles of Ric, and also Torso as well. So let me know what you're excited about in that Arrow Video slate in the comment section below. We also have A Quiet Place Day 1 coming out from Paramount on 4K and Blu-ray, but no release date as of yet. This movie just came out in the theaters over the weekend. I'm hoping myself I can get out to see it, but if not, I will wait for the physical release. I've heard some good things about the film, and I'm glad. Again, it's Paramount, guys. They're usually pretty good about putting their films out on 4K and Blu-ray. But let me know if you're excited for A Quiet Place Day 1. Did you see it in the theaters this weekend? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. We also have Succession getting a complete series Blu-ray set, all 4 seasons, 39 episodes coming out from Warner Brothers on August the 13th. So I love this show. I think it's one of the best shows on television, like best shows ever made. Like I put it up there with Breaking Bad, also Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon. Great show. Like I love Succession. So if you like dramas that have a good amount of drama, but also some comedy, some dark comedy infused as well, I highly recommend Succession. I love that show. One of the best written shows of all time. So I'm hoping to get that at some point. I'm so glad it's getting that full Blu-ray treatment for that series. We also got Internal Affairs, which is a movie with Richard Gere coming out on 4K from Kino Lorber. No release date, just one of their announcements, not really announcements, but let me know if you're excited for that. We also have Orca, the Killer Whale, getting a 4K from Studio Canal on September the 2nd. This getting a regular edition, really nice edition, and also a Steelbook as well. So this, I believe, got a Scream Factory Blu-ray back in the day, but it's getting a 4K release from Studio Canal, which would lead me to believe, because usually if it gets a release from Studio Canal, like Lionsgate may pick it up down the line. So it's possible, I feel like we'll get Orca the Killer Whale, a Lionsgate Steelbook at some point. I could be wrong, but I feel like maybe we will. But if you don't want to wait, if you want Orca, which the movie I heard is pretty good. Like people that like Jaws say it's pretty comparable to Jaws. Not as good, but pretty comparable to the movie. So I'll maybe get this at some point for sure, because I don't have that Screen Factor release. But let me know if you're excited for Orca the Killer Whale on 4K in the comment section below. We also have 3 new Severin Blu-ray releases that were announced this past week. Don't Change Hands, The Mad Bomber, and The Creature will all announce as a part of their summer sale, which takes place in a couple of weeks. I'll be honest, I'm not too familiar with any of these films. I can't say I'm the most excited about them. I feel like Severin has kind of like, and they don't knock it out of the park in their last like couple announcements. Like they're really going to let people down, I feel like, with these announcements. Like Opera, they came out of the gate swinging. Opera was a really cool announcement, and since then they haven't announced jack crap, at least as far as what I'm interested in. So they really got to knock it out of the park. Pieces is still on the table, I know that, but yeah, guys, not very exciting as far as Severin announcements, which I'm happy about because I can only afford so much, and I can just get that Opera set and be done with it. We also have some cool sales going on right now. We got a Kino Lorber spring into summer sale going on until July the 22nd. Did an entire video just breaking down all the titles that are available in this sale. I love the Kino sale, like tons of their 4Ks are $17.99. Their Blu-rays are $9.99. It's a great sale. Definitely check it out. We also got the very popular Barnes & Noble Criterion 50% off sale going on until July the 28th. Amazon is price matching a bunch of these titles. I will link them all down below if you rather order from Amazon. I know some people are weird about that. They're like, support Barnes & Noble, don't get stuff from Amazon. But if you want to, guys, I'm going to give you the option. I'll link the titles that are available from Amazon for 50% off in the description of this video, as I will all the deals that I talk about in this video, as I will all the pre-orders that I talk about in this video. If you want to use any of those links, they help support the channel, and I would appreciate that for sure. But yeah, the Criterion sale going on right now in your local Barnes & Noble store, on their website as well. We also got the Vinegar Syndrome Subscriber Week daily deals that give you 5 times the Vinegar Syndrome points. So that is very cool because Vinegar Syndrome has a membership point thing. If you build up so many points, you get like coupons and stuff like that. And also vouchers to get some of their other swag and merchandise and all that kind of good stuff. But the Subscriber Week sale has started right now, and it's not like a full-blown sale, but they do offer daily deals. So every single day they'll update their daily deals section. You'll be able to get some new Vinegar Syndrome titles for what usually is like 50% off or 60% off. In some cases, they do get pretty low at some point. But there are some pretty good deals. They've gotten as low as $12 before, as $10 before in their 10th anniversary sale, I believe. But check those deals every single day. They've also got new titles they're announcing, which again, if there's good enough titles, I will make a separate video for. But definitely check out those daily deals. If you've missed out on some Vinegar Syndrome titles, they may show up in those daily deals on the Vinegar Syndrome website. We also got a Western sale going on Groove.com. A lot of Western titles for like $8.99, $6.99, $7.99. So some really good deals going on. I think Unforgiven on 4K is on there for $13.99, which is a really good deal because that movie usually doesn't drop below $20 on Amazon. So if you don't have Unforgiven on 4K, I recommend getting it on Groove and checking it out there. On Amazon, we got Last Action Hero 4K Steelbook for $17.55. That's a really good price for that Steelbook. We also got 2012 on 4K for $13.95. We got Contagion on 4K for $20.49. We got Beverly Hills Cop on 4K, the combo pack with the DVD, the Blu-ray, the 4K, the digital code for $9.49. We got The Dark Crystal on 4K for $13.95. We got A Quiet Place 4K combo, another one with the Blu-ray and the DVD for $9.49. Beverly Hills Cop 3 on 4K for $18.49, and Moon on 4K, which is a movie that I do need in the collection, for $15.50. So a lot of good deals going on right now, guys. A lot of sales to completely empty your wallet. Like, it's a really tough time right now if you're a physical media fan, because your attention is divided in all of these separate directions for all of these incredible companies that are putting on these great deals. So it's tough right now out there, guys. It really is. But let's go ahead and get into what is new this week. We got a lot of cool titles coming out this week. A lot of Steelbooks coming out this week. We got Anchorman coming out on 4K from Paramount for $23.19. Hopefully I will have a review up for this at some point this week. We also got Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid on 4K, guys, from Criterion for $34.99. Now that's the sale price. Now after the sale, this will be like $50. We also got a Blu-ray for $24.99 as well. We got Blown Away come out on 4K this week from Kino Lorber for $25.99. Also a Blu-ray edition for $18.59. We got Narrow Margin coming out on 4K from Kino Lorber for $25.99. We got Forrest Gump getting a 4K Walmart Steelbook from Paramount for $34.96. Also includes the soundtrack. I covered this on the my most anticipated for the month of July. This thing has a 2-disc soundtrack, the same soundtrack from back in the day I remember listening to when I was a kid. So this is almost going to be a must-buy for me. I think I have to get this on 4K, but a really cool edition from Paramount coming out. Taxi Driver's getting a 4K Steelbook this week from Sony for $29.99. Really good price for that. It actually went down from the $45 it was at for a long time. So I'm happy to see it went down to a more affordable price. We also got UHF coming out on 4K from Shout Factory for $32.99. We got Saw X. This is going to start our run of Steelbooks, guys. We got a lot of Walmart Steelbooks to talk about. Saw X is getting a 4K Steelbook, Lionsgate Walmart exclusive for $29.96. We also got Angel Has Fallen getting a 4K Steelbook from Lionsgate, a Walmart exclusive for $29.96. We also got Diary of the Dead getting a Blu-ray Steelbook from Lionsgate, a Walmart exclusive for $21.35. We got Escape Plan Trilogy, all three Escape Plan movies getting a Blu-ray Steelbook set from Lionsgate, a Walmart exclusive for $25.92. We got the Meg 4K Steelbook coming out from Warner Brothers, a Walmart exclusive for $22.96. And we got Cocaine Bear coming out, Blu-ray Steelbook, not 4K Steelbook, even though the movie has a 4K, getting a Blu-ray Steelbook from Universal and Walmart for $21.96. So tons of Steelbooks that you may see in your local Walmart, and if not, they are available on their website. We got the Guyver coming out on 4K from Unearthed Films for $41.99. Also a Blu-ray edition for $26.98. This one got delayed. It was supposed to come out last week, but it's delayed to this week. We also got a Point Break 4K Steelbook coming out from Shout Factory for $32.96. Natural Born Killers 4K Steelbook coming out from Shout Factory for $35.99. Both these Steelbooks came out last year, but they were Best Buy exclusives, and now they're available on Amazon. We got Who's That Girl coming out Blu-ray from Shout Factory for $27.99. Madonna movie, first time on Blu-ray for this release. We got Icons Unearthed, The Simpsons coming out from Mill Creek for $17.99. We got Rescue from Gilligan's Island coming out on 4K from Variety Films for no price. There's no price for this, so maybe it's free. I don't know. We got Under Western Stars coming out from Variety Films for $22.49. We got Kentucky Rifle coming out from Film Masters for $19.99. We got Kidnapped coming out from Coham Media Group for $22.49. We got First Spaceship on Venus coming out from Gemini Entertainment for $22.35. And lastly, we have Housekeeping for Beginners coming out from Universal for $24.49. And with that, guys, we are done with this week's edition of the Physical Media Report, episode 218. I hope you feel more informed in the world of physical media. Please, if you can, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Comment down below of everything that we talked about. What are you the most looking forward to? Turn on those bell notifications for all future videos and follow me on all of my social media accounts. Those links are down below in the description, and we'll see you next time.